Hey there, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to do the Love and Soul Path for February 2022. That was such a freaking amazing reading that you guys just had. I was like, oh, I wish that were mine. And then I thought, well, it kind of is because I have so many placements. So maybe it sort of is mine. Okay, what? Oh, that's this. All right. So those of you that are single and looking, you're about to meet someone who is your mature equal. So that was those two queens working together, which it's not about gender, that's about equality of power, sharing and ways of handling things. It's nurturing and growing things together. And also we had the king and the queen, and we had the lover's card, because you have here mature woman, and I don't want you to worry about your particular gender. This is mature queen, feminine energy, and it says new love. So for those of you that are single and looking, it looks like you got a power match coming in. For those of you who are currently coupled, okay. Well, I don't know what's going on, to be honest, but it looks flippin' amazing. You've got gifts and you have freedom, and that horse spirit says freedom. And so there's something that makes you feel lighter and brighter, and there's some sort of a gift coming in that gives you that. But I'm not really sure what it is, but when I tried to get a little more guidance, we have the Ace of Wands and the Star card. So, creative force and confidence, got a big old ram on there. Ace of Wands is also a highly sexually charged energy. And we have the Star card, peace and healing. So I don't know. I mean, for some of you, it could be the end of a relationship, and you feel really great about that. And for others of you, it's leveling it up to a really beautiful, amazing level. So whichever that is, this feels like you're going to enjoy the energy of it. It is not negative. You will not think it's negative no matter which way that goes. For those of you who are single, I think you're single because of this. We have the love triangle card here. So, you may or may not might be a single mom or dad. Children, though, also when I see this, especially when it shows up in this particular spot, says to me that creative energy, something creative that you're trying to bring in. But look at this, you are shining, you are the beauty queen. So if you're a single parent out there, you look good. But you might be just like, I don't want to deal with this right now, because that opportunity card again was the Six of Swords, the opportunity to heal. The challenge was the Moon, which would be balancing your emotions and feeling confident in yourself. So however that works, whether you are going to be shining in this passionate project that you're creating, or you have children, it doesn't matter. You look good. You look good. There's a healing energy that's coming with this. Let's get a little more guidance on this. Well, single and looking, make sure you're looking for an equally matched partner. You have new love coming in, but it says karmic relationship, fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go. It also says, and loving you. If it doesn't feel right, trust yourself. That's just not the right one. If it's triggering you, what is it reflecting back to you about yourself? You deserve someone who's equally great. And if you don't feel great, then you're going to attract someone who's also not great. So it's always about loving ourselves first and doing the work. So if you're out of one relationship into another without taking the time for the self-reflection, to that hermit energy. Where did I see the hermit energy at? Maybe that wasn't your reading. There is a need to, I think it was in one of these. Virgo sun, right? The hermit energy. Taking the time to find the peace and the tranquility within you before you go and you jump into something else. So make sure that you're not using somebody else to fill a personal void in yourself. Okay, this I like to see. For the couples, we got stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. So yes. Less likely that you guys are splitting apart. More likely that something is igniting new passion and it is really working for you. For those of you who are single and not looking, something might be looking at you. It could be that someone's looking at you. It may be more than one, and you might have that choice, that lover's choice. Because you have here unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. So either you love yourself enough and you're taking care of yourself, which is fabulous. I totally recommend that. And maybe you're going through that healing process and taking the space for it. And so this is about the unconditional love that you're showing yourself, because we did start with that center card of the 9 of crystals, which is the 9 of pentacles as that independence card. And it comes with the sword and the rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, and protective power. So, maybe you're unconditional, but it's also for your children, if you have children. And you're just taking the time to be very clear on what it is you want and what your next steps are as you move forward, either with a creative project or with your children or, for yourself. So that looks really great. Really, really looks solid. Those of you that are single and looking, it says shine. You are stardust. You are made of stardust, so keep sparkling, moonkite. It's the solar plexus. So I just want you to remember, if someone is not showing up for you in the way that you know that you need someone to be there, and I hate to use the word need. There needs to be a balance. Knight in shining armor with damsel in distress is not a good combination. 2 knights working together, that's a good combination. 2 queens working together, better combination. 2 kings working together, also very, very mature. But with I see this mature woman here, it feels like the queens, the ability to nurture each other and give each other what they need. And as an earth sign, you are yin energy. And so that nurturing, you would need someone that is able to nurture back. For those of you who are coupled, there is a need for you to listen. That's that blue finally showed up. I was wondering when that was going to show up. So listening. If you want to be heard, then listen. The stone is Larmar, which I have a piece of, but it's not here right now. Sometimes I wear it. It's very similar in color to this, though. And so it's the throat chakra and the higher heart. The higher heart and the throat chakra together. That is when you speak from the heart and you speak your truth. But this is listening. And listening not for the opening to make a response. Right? It's actually listening. And I want to say it's listening from the heart space. So that would be, hear your words. Why are you choosing those words? Like what is it it's reading between the lines, and it's asking the questions. And, you know, like, okay, so you just said this. I just want to make sure I understand. So why do you feel that way? Because it is higher heart and throat chakra, asking how someone feels to get to their truth is the key to success. Look at you just shining all over the place. Oh my God, what are you doing? Okay, so if you are single and not looking, you have love as a verb, the rhododendite, which is pink of romance, but with the black in there of being willing to do the shadow work, right? And so love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action. So you can't just tell your kids you love them. You got to show it. And sad to say, I really didn't figure some of this stuff out in time. So we don't show it by showering money on them. We show it by complimenting, by physical hugging until your teenage boy's like, Mom, stop, and then you do it anyway. It is a healthy person gets 4 hugs a day. Did not get that growing up, so I wasn't really able to give that to my kids. Didn't know how. So it's something that's worth working on. But showing love when you're a Virgo. So with all my Virgo placements, I always feel it's important that people understand. If you're going to do something, do it right the first time or don't do it at all. Tell me if that doesn't sound familiar to how you feel, right? Like, why are you doing that if you can't do it right? And so it was something I had to learn over time was to, and I definitely got better at this, was to say things like, okay, so like my son, he mowed the lawn. And it was the first time I had gotten him out there to mow the lawn. And I mean, the rows were not straight. And in the middle of the lawn, there was tall grass here or a little piece over there or like wavy line. It was, I mean, but he was like 16 years old and it was really not a good job. And why was he 16 before he mowed the lawn for the first time? I like mowing the lawn, but I got so busy I just couldn't do it. And I was like, I need some help around here. And besides, it's a skill everybody should have. So I need you to help out. Could you go mow the lawn? So he didn't want to, but he went and he did it. And then he's so hard on himself. He was like, I didn't do a good job, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at it and I said, well, did you think you were going to mow like me? And he said, well, it always looks good when you do it. I go, yeah, Tyler, I've been mowing the lawn since I was 8 years old. And he's like, oh. I said, you'll get better with practice. Don't worry about it. And the good thing about mowing the lawn is you get to do it again next week. So you'll get lots of practice. And he was like, okay, so I don't have to do it over? I said, why? I wouldn't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. And then my husband, not his dad, came home. And this is a man who never mowed the lawn, never was home, literally was never home. That was a really horrible situation. And he comes in and he goes, what the? I won't even say all the stuff he said about the lawn. He goes, who did that? Blah, blah, blah. And I let them, I go, it's no big deal. It's the backyard. Like nobody even sees it. So he storms out, fires up the lawnmower, and remows the whole lawn. And my son was just like mortified and so hurt and offended. He's like, I'm never doing that again. It totally wrecked his self-confidence. And it was like, oh, that was so unnecessary. He was really, did it matter in the long run? Because it was going to have to be done again next week and no one could really see it. And so when we are raising our children, we do want them to learn to do things the right way. But we have to allow for them to practice and get better in a way that makes them feel confident. And that is a really hard thing to do when you are a practicing perfectionist. Guilty as charged. And so it's something that if you can give yourself the grace and the space and also your children, it really goes a long way in the long run. I don't know why I went down that road. Apparently I needed to. All right. let's take a look here at the soul path for everybody. Did I even tell you what you had? The other card was manifestation. Topaz. Manifestation is the fruition of confidence and belief. So the confidence and the belief that you have in yourself and that you have in others will manifest what you're looking for. Oh, and look, we have self-esteem and balance. Perfect. That's that temperance card. That is that self-love, self-care. That is for everybody. Excuse me. Ooh, you have fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Self-love, self-esteem, self-value, self-worth. This is the key to success. When you can love yourself, warts and all, and go, but I'm growing, and as I grow, I strengthen, and I'm more powerful. Self-esteem, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Take a risk. Be willing to take it and go for it. In balance, I bring the state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. I want you to notice the colors. It's the green and the blue of the higher heart. There's this turquoisey color. So even though this came out for those that have coupled, this is the way we should talk to ourselves and the way we should talk to others. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world. I do so without judgment. We don't judge ourselves. We shouldn't. And we shouldn't be judging others. It's not, oh my God, we're our worst critics, aren't we? Holy cow. So if we can learn to just be less critical of us, trust me, it really rolls downhill and you become less critical of those around you. And it takes practice and it takes time. A lot of practice and a lot of time if you're me. Okay, so we have here the Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. Don't worry about, you had what, the Ace of Swords, right? Didn't you? Yeah. No, you had the Page. Okay, so you just have the Ace of Cups. I thought you had another Ace. All right. Oh, this Ace of Acorns here. All right, so make plans and then focus on them. And I want to say focus on how it's going to feel and also eliminate distractions and actually go for it. And you have, because you have the Empress energy of growth. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. We have the growth here. We have the power here with focused power. It's kind of like, so I've been watching Survivor because I've been sick. And so I've been watching a lot of Survivor, and I was watching Yao Man start a fire, right? He used his glasses on a coconut husk, but on the glasses, he put a drop of water to magnify, to intensify the light going through, to focus the light in a very specific spot in order to start the fire. And he was successful within a matter of minutes. Or at least it looked like a matter of minutes. There is editing. Oh my God, look at you guys. Look at you. Oh my God. So you have believe. The best is yet to come. You have embracing. I embrace love all of my life. I'm sorry, I embrace and love all of my life. Love yourself, love your mistakes, love people. Just throw love around. It's a verb, it's an action word. Sprinkle it around like it's confetti, right? And then we have action. I step into my glorious future with determination and power. And power. You got this. This is amazing. Truly amazing reading. You guys take really good care. I'll see you over on Facebook, and I will talk to you soon.